Hi, this is Ken Delavastide, senior reporter for the Herald Bulletin, and I'm with Governor Mike Pence, who was in Anderson today for the, I guess, construction celebration of the new Ceramax factory.
That's right.
And Governor, one of the things that's happening in Anderson, and I think around Indiana.
Yeah. It's good to see you, Ken.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
We go way back.
We do.
One of the interesting things that's happening in Anderson is that we've had a number of foreign companies have located in Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second Italian company. We've got companies from Thailand, China, Japan, Israel, Switzerland, Germany. Why do you think Anderson is that attractive to foreign companies? I mean, in addition to the fact that Indiana is attractive, but why do you think Anderson is centered?
Well, number one, it's great to be in town on a day like today with the Ceramax announcement, a $25 million investment, and this is the first North American facility for that Italian company. And I really think you're asking the right question because they could have literally gone anywhere in Indiana and anywhere in America, and they chose this community. And I think the reasons are really twofold. Number one is in our conversations with Ceramax, when I met with Massimo Pavin at the International Auto Show in Detroit, when we were able to complete the deal with the mayor's team there as well, and when our team has visited their company in Italy from the state of Indiana, you start with the overall pro-business environment. Balanced budgets give businesses certainty to invest. I mean, when you're looking at states around the country, like our neighbors in Illinois that are struggling to make ends meet, businesses around the country and around the world have to assume the taxes are likely going to go up in some category. In the state of Indiana, we have not only balanced budgets, but we have very strong reserves, nearly 12%. We have a AAA bond rating as a state. And I think that creates an environment that gives business investors confidence that their cost of doing business in the state is going to be predictable. I think the low tax environment is attractive. I think our right to work environment is attractive, sensible regulations. But at the end of the day, it really does come down to the quality of the workforce. And I think that gets to the answer of your specific question, and that is that when we're selling Indiana around the country and around the world, everybody knows the great tradition in manufacturing that we have here. We know that Indiana's in the middle of everywhere. We're the crossroads of America. But what businesses want to hear is, if we're the leading manufacturing state in America, what are you doing to make sure that's true in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years? And when we describe for them our commitment to make career and vocational education a priority in every high school, again, which we've now got the resources to do in this last budget, and when they look at a community like Anderson that has such a century-long tradition in manufacturing, I think that gets to the whole answer of your question. So it starts with the overall environment. That's what gets Indiana on the map. I think the policies here, the tax environment, the balanced budgets, but it gets to workforce. And then I think what is resulting in a number of these international companies choosing Anderson is because Anderson is known around the country and around the world for its tradition in automotive innovation and technology. And people know that for generations here, the people of Madison County have demonstrated a commitment to excellence, to craftsmanship, to a work ethic, and I think that's why you're seeing the foreign direct investment that's happening here, and I think you're going to see more in the months and years ahead.
During the construction celebration, Massimo mentioned how much cooperation he received from the state of Indiana, also Anderson.
Right.
And I know that there's another Italian company that said they were going to go back and promote Anderson and Indiana to the other companies looking to the Midwest. How important is that for the state that, you got a company like Ceramax, they're doing business in Brazil and in Europe, that they go back and say, you need to be thinking about Anderson, Indiana, the state of Indiana, because of the environment here?
It's incalculable. When you think about our partners in Japanese firms, now some 260 Japanese companies that operate in the state of Indiana. Rewind to the early 1980s, when what was then Subaru Isuzu first came to Tippecanoe County. it's been those relationships. You know, people, not only the large manufacturers and the large assembly plants that are now Toyota and Honda and Subaru, but also all the first-tier suppliers that we all know about in communities like Anderson, that all come to congregate around those companies, but they come where they know people, where there's a comfort level, where they feel like they can do business in a predictable environment. And I think that now that we're seeing a widening circle of Italian companies, seeing the benefits of doing business and growing businesses in Indiana, we're very confident that the advantages of doing business in our state are going to be making their way into the Italian business discussion on an increasing basis.